after a couple minor hitches, I think we left off with chains popping off. I've alleviated that problem. I did not flip the idler around when I went to the setting that I went to. This one, like basically this plant is set up to put all your fertilizer on the planter. So I had to put it on the extreme lowest setting because I'm basically just wanting like the starter fertilizer. And then that's the triple 19, and the other analysis is what I spread. So we got that taken care of. Then the marker changes to loose, and I've been in it for an hour and only planted a half an acre. So I didn't pick up my pen and my and my wife had to bring me back to school because she had left me. Oh, good. Now I'm not out of gas. Because I'm prepared always, you know that. And I got my neighbor bringing me 10 gallons of gas. He's a good guy. That's the same neighbor that helped me go get the fertilizer because my truck broke down and the truck of ours broke down. So it's what you do when you're, I'm not poor, but when you're a poor old farmer or a poor little farmer, it's like a thought of sympathy or sorrow being a poor farmer. But, yeah, we'll get it figured out. It's the first time I've really played with this thing. It's doing a great job. Just cutting through this grass. Agree with the double disc openers. I'm getting good coverage after I set my depth up another notch. No more chains flying off. Not like they were flying, but yeah, I'm going to get back in this other field. That was just that tiny 2-acre field at the front. So when I get into where I got some really long rows, and I'm not having to turn every 30 seconds, we'll get to some big things. Alright, so as you can see, we finally got the GPS working. It varies a couple inches here or there, but for the accuracy rate of eyeball, I'd say that's pretty good. Those are looking straight. More passes in. It's literally only been like a minute later. I can see why corn's addicted. But since we're reviewing the equipment, if you look over to our left, you will see the GPS antenna. It comes with the GPS option free of charge. And it's, for the antenna size it is, I would say it's a no wonder it's accurate. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me pretty good. I'm done with this field. It's about 3 acres. Never did see the bees again. My neighbor brought me 7 gallons of gas, got me fueled up. Oh yeah, she's clean full for the next 5 acres. It took me right on an hour to do this 3 acres, and to me that's not too bad, especially when you got to pay attention to row spacing and stuff like that. Beans are a lot more forgiving, and I had one little strip in the back after he brought me that gas, about 20 foot long. But, I'm looking, and I don't know if you're on a computer, you might be able to see. Cell phone is going to be just like I'm looking through this screen. I'm driving diagonal through this field for a reason. I'm looking for seeds, and to be honest with you, I don't see any. I've got my disc openers shined up really nice, and even in the places where it didn't get disked very well, it cut in, and it's doing its job. So maybe this different angle would make any red ones pop up from the sun being different. But yeah, that grassy stuff, it's pretty much hay now. I cut it, kissed it off, and you can see it's cut at both ends. It's not still attached to the ground. That's probably rolled into the ground. But yeah, I'm super satisfied with it. And the good old International 455 hasn't sent me astray. We're going to see what my planting skills are like when you go to combine. You know, and that's kind of one of the other things that's always made me fear doing corn. And you got to watch out for that hole. In the tree with the markers. Alright, we made it out safe. So yeah, I got 5 acres left. Really bummed that that's all the corn or grain in general that I got for this year. Let's kick her up to here, see, shall we? Oh yeah. Put her all the way up into second. Yeah, but I'm really disappointed that all I got is 10 acres to do in grain, but I picked up another 20 acres for hay. So I'll have 55 acres total for hay, because half of the 60-acre property, well, it was 72, but there was 60 available. Half of that got sold. So I'm left with about 35 acres. And that's just that field grass you guys are used to seeing me bale up. But I got this 20-acre property off of an ad I put on Facebook. And the funny thing is, I never go looking for hay ground. I've had that other piece that's big enough for me for forever, and I've been offered 40 acres, 50 acres, 30 acres, and the only reason why I took on to this 20 was because I just bought that skid steer, and I thought, well, I'm going to get my building done, I'm going to use the skid steer to help stack the squares, and we're going to make a bunch of money on square bales this year. Still waiting on my lumber update on that. I don't know if I had said that in the video or not, but my building is at a standstill because I got shorted on the lumber when I purchased the building. And if you're new to the channel, I purchased the building materials for a 20 by 60 lean-to hay shed 2 years ago. And I waited until the time was right, and I had the finances for the cement for the post and what have you. Waited till the time was right to put it up. Well, I was supposed to get 20-foot long custom 2x4s, because you got to order 20-foot 2x4s. They're not just in stock. And I paid for that from Kibler Lumber in Maysville, Kentucky. And I should have checked my materials, but when I cut the straps on the skids and started building the building, they were all 16-footers. So I didn't call them because it's been 2 years. This lumber sat out in the weather, so it was strapped to a skid, so it didn't go all squirrely on me. But it's gray looking, it sat outside. It's not rotted, it's been up off the ground on skids, but I can't return that, and I'm not going to expect anybody to bend over backwards because it takes me 2 years to use a product that I bought. So I got a sawmill guy that's going to give me the 20-foot sticks for $9.50 a piece. And I'm just waiting on him. But like I said, I'm still super thankful for the 10 acres. And you never know, maybe the landowner might not get all of his crop in, and I might still get to plant some beans too. But, excuse me, sorry about that. I've still got this 8 acres that was offered to me for $100. But it looks like it's bottom ground, and it has shrubs grown up in it. I thought about maybe trying wheat, but I had plans to get a newer drill, and that drill is sold on me. So it is what it is. I can still plant wheat on 15s and then just do an X pattern on the field. Or I could just plant beans there. We'll see how it goes. I got to get my other diesel going, and here in the next, I would say by July 1st. Let's see how it goes by July 1st before I decide whether I'm going to plant any beans. But if I decide to do wheat on that 8 acres, that's a few more miles out, obviously you don't plant wheat in the middle of the summer. I think our fly free date here is October 10th. I don't remember, don't quote me. I've done a lot of research, but it's a Hessian flyer. And what it does, it affects the plant and it eats the seed. So you have to wait till they die off and it gets cold enough before you plant wheat. For anybody who's not a farmer, or maybe you're a cattle farmer and you've never grown wheat, I don't know. There's just a bug that you have to wait until after a certain date. And your county you should be able to easily look up the Hessian fly-free date. Anyways, road traveling to the other 5, little 2-acre piece. And so everybody knows when we do a crop update, right in that area, it's going to look terrible because I should have went with the road and went in. I started with the road and then switched to the back as far as following rows. And I had a triangle in the middle of the field. Start talking about accuracy, bragging, and I get in this hay field here, and well, you can't tell what's what. I'm pretty sure I'm on a line. Might be a grass strip, might be a disc mark. Looks like I'm driving beside something that was planted. We'll find out when it starts growing. Well, that's it. We're done, and I'm driving the 9 miles home. Trying to take advantage of what little bit of daylight I got left. It ain't much. If you like what you see, come on back. Maybe we'll plant something else this year. There's always going to be more years. And as always, there's going to be plenty of hay. Thanks.